scale that down. Instead of trenches 40 kilolitres, make it a tree net inlet and a soakage well of maybe 50 litres. In that condition, clogged in the field, depending on the rainfall, 1.5 to 5 kilolitres a year, one of those inlets can harvest. And if you're putting 1.5 to 5 kilolitres directly behind the curb in reactive soil, there's a concern it might cause some shrink swell. There's similar concern with permeable paving, but no one had ever done any research. So we did some work on that. Harsha's here today. Her PhD was based on inlets installed in Eynesbury Avenue. There was about 28 of them along the road. This survey, see an inlet there, another one here. We surveyed the points at the inlet, 2 metres into the road, offsets east and west on the curb, and then between the inlets we surveyed the curb and the road midpoint, just to see if there's any difference. How much impact were tree net inlets that can harvest between 1.5 and 5 kilolitres, maybe more per year, how much impact is that having on shrink swell? And there's some data that's never been seen before, it's not published yet. Back in October, take 0 as the datum. What you see there is heave in summer, swell in winter, heave in summer, swell in winter. And the first 2 points are the inlet at the top of the curb and the midpoint at the top of the curb. There's no difference at any point between the rise and fall next to the inlet or the rise and fall as far as you can be away from the inlets. No difference. The offsets east and west, again, no statistically different value there. So that whole unit and midway, it heaves in winter and settles in summer, and the inlet's made no difference. It's really interesting, you can see the heave's consistent here, the swell's consistent there, more so there. But in early summer, the curb levels have started to subside, but under the road hasn't. 2 metres out in the road, sealed surface, there's just a lag. It's still doing the same thing, it just lags a couple of months behind. So increased here into late summer, early autumn, same here. But this one's actually interesting. This is descending before winter, starts to swell as soon as we get the rain, but under the road, still settling, just marginally. So just that lag again. So tree net inlets, good for trees, no issues with roots, no issues with ground movement, no issues with sedimentation. What's it got to do with the platypus? Joe, at the beginning of his presentation down at the biofilter, said, where are we taking this? How are we getting this together? How are we extending it? You might have heard Chris Daniels, Green Adelaide presiding member, say, what a challenge to get platypus back in the torrens. What a vision that is. There are so many challenges there, you could say it's virtually impossible, but it's not. Just list the challenges and start picking them off. And WSUD is one way to pick off most of those challenges: water quality, quantity, supply. We can do that.